Okay, guys and girls, I'm gonna shoot a quick video of this 1974 F350. The truck rides very well, especially for being a little bit lighter in the rear. Does have a Dana 60 or Dana 70. I'm sorry, Dana 70 with 410s. The tires are like brand new, all 6 of them. This is not a show truck anymore. It absolutely was when it was fresh. It was not a rusty truck. It is very, very clean as far as rust goes. The paint looks great until you get about 2 feet away. You can see, you know, a few spots in it. You know, this side's one of them. My guess is going to be there's something under there. Like I said, you got to get a couple feet away. Anyways, the cab corners, the rockers, this thing is super clean. The bottoms of the doors. He put the cool headliner in it with the radio in it. He did put a stereo in it, which was the second guy who owned it, not the first. It does have vintage air. It does have tilt wheel. It does have aftermarket gauges in it that look stock. I think it's super cool. I've already had some haters on the internet running their cake holes about it, and I think it's funny because I'm gonna be honest with you, you know, and they're like it's useless. No, it's not. He didn't put a hitch on it. Clearly the guy, I'm gonna guess, was a semi driver. I've had a couple things in the past that were semi drivers vehicles, and they got extra toggle switches and extra lights and this and that. I have a 3-inch thick folder full of receipts on this thing, for all of the work that's been done to it. The gear vendor's overdrive, the motor's been all redone. It's been done for a little bit, but it don't have a ton of miles. And like that spot right there, there's a spot right there where they filled where the gas cap filler was. Like I said, super cool inspiration. It does have airbags on the rear. The bed will move up and down, but the fender wells stay fixed. So if you would have a bag issue, the truck will drive home without rubbing. So very unique, very cool build, and it was a super solid truck to begin with. So the truck, like I said, you know, stuff that I buy up in St. Louis and farther north, you know, is far more issues than this thing. They did a cool job with the vintage air, the way they put it in the center like that, the vents. It does have retrofit gauges. It has a 400 modified in it that was built by some professional guy. I do have paperwork on it all. The tach works, the odometer works, the tripometer works, the gas gauge works, oil pressure, headlights, tail lights, of course. The gear vendor's overdrive, there's a green light on that. You can turn it off and run it without the overdrive on, and then the green light will come on when the overdrive comes on. But just a neat truck. Like I said, they put got some extra switches up there for stuff. The headliner with the stereo built into it. It's really pretty quiet going down the road. I drove it with the windows down. It's very quiet. Like I said, gas gauge, all the gauges work. Speedo, tach, oil, temp, amp, all of them work. Trying to think if there was anything else. The windows roll up and down nice. Like I said, it's a little bit older build, whatever you want to call it, and the paint is showing some wear. There's some little spot he touched up on the hood. All, as you can see, you know, it has a ton of custom stuff done to it. Kind of interesting that he put a power steering filter on the power steering setup. That was kind of interesting to me. Truck steers and stops excellent. You know, that's the high dollar March pulley setup. You know, it's oxidized from being down near the salt water, but the And like I said, that's a 400 modified. All the paperwork is in the truck. I have a 3-inch thick binder full of everything done to the motor, done to the truck, all the stuff. So it's very neat. You know, just like I said, we'll call it a 5-footer, 2-footer, whatever you want. But as far as a driver goes and being ready to hit the road, it is ready. And the floors, the frame, you know, super nice. The cab mounts, just all very, very nice. Nicer than what we get in the Midwest and farther north, of course. So if a guy wanted to make it an all-out show truck again, you know, you'd probably respray it. I truthfully don't think there would be it doesn't, you know, it was some clear coat issue that he touched up on the front. He could have did a little bit better job on. I thought about putting an old school bug guard on it, really. But anyways, it's one of those things, take it or leave it. You can drive it like it is, or you can take it, you know, back to being a show truck. Really, there's not much. I'm torn about whether I want to mess with the paint. I am going to put a trailer hitch on it, and I'm thinking about painting my one red trailer, the 102-inch wide one I've got with drive over fenders, to match it. Anyways, pull some of my old cars around with it. But there you go, 74 F350 custom, one of a kind.